I just spent the last couple of days at SaaStock, and one of the questions I went with was, how much is AI really affecting the software as a service industry and what's going on there? And I was honestly blown away by the use of AI, but probably not in the way you're thinking of at this conference. So I talked to a lot of people that are developing SaaS solutions, others who are, selling picks and shovels to the SaaS industry, providing all kinds of different sort of support for companies that are writing software as a service applications. And then also, talked to investors, talked to companies that are involved in sales. And what I was really, really blown away with was the number of different types and different implementations of AI in generating leads, finding customers. I learned at this particular conference that I am an absolute novice at this. The amount of time and the amount of expertise that's going in to generate leads to sell subscriptions to SaaS products is unfathomable to me. It's just absolutely amazing, like what's being done in there, including what they call signals, so having AI that's searching the internet looking for signals, or having like Google Alerts feed into something, and then creating agents that are writing emails that look up information about the individual person you're writing the email to, figuring out like what's going to be relevant for them, and breaking the ice so that you have all of these individual emails. I didn't realize that this was being applied at the level it was. I really had no idea. I knew it was out there. I knew there was some. I'd experimented with some systems, and it was really difficult for me to see like how this could be so widespread, but it wasn't. It was amazingly widespread. So and everything from the signal to writing the to essentially having a unique path for every single person that enters in. Forget your workflows and your leads and your dripifies and all that sort of stuff. Like, this is really changing the game, and I was surprised of it. On the other hand, you might say, well, what about writing the software? Nobody I talked to was successfully writing software with AI. Now, their developers were using AI to help them, and I just published a video about this only recently about how we're using AI in software development. But nobody was really claiming that much of their software at all was written by AI, but that, their software developers were using some AI tools. So kind of the opposite of what I expect. I expect to see a lot more expertise on the software writing side, and I did not expect to see the level, honestly, like almost creepy 1984 level of using surveillance to sell to you personally. It was shocking, and not saying that I'm necessarily against all of it when it's used correctly, but certainly you could see the potential for it to be abused, and you don't want that. Nobody that I was talking to there, though, was really abusing that. I mean, it was really being used for legitimate commercial purposes. So I hope that's interesting to you. I was surprised at how much AI was being used on one hand and not being used on the other hand at SaaStock this year. It's a great conference. If you're interested in the software as a service industry, you should really get in there. If you have a software as a service product, you should be talking to Razoyo. So I would encourage you to reach out to me, Paul Byrne, on LinkedIn, or go to razoyo.com and just hit us up on our contact page. Look forward to meeting with you and just talking to you about your project.